Beautiful people, welcome once again to the Runako Universe podcast. As always, I am Runako coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. And for the three of you that are tuning in, probably for 30 seconds before you change to something else, I just want to say thank you. And in that 30 seconds, if you can like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would be so grateful to that. And listen, it doesn't matter where you're tuning in from. If you're coming to me from Tokyo, where I am right now, if you're coming from Trinidad, my home country, if you've seen me do stand-up and that brought you here, or if you were just watching another podcast on YouTube and that ran out of episodes and now it's recommended this and you don't know what this is, it doesn't matter because now you're here. Now you're part of the Runako Universe. And here's a few things about Runako Universe. I'm Runako. This is Runako Universe. Thing number one, I know everything and you know nothing. Thing number two, I'm a comedian. This is a comedy podcast. So if you take anything I say here seriously into the real world, I am not responsible unless it is successful. In which case, it was 100% my idea and I was right the whole time. But listen, we're going to have a good time. As always, we're going to talk a little bit of news, a little bit of social media stuff, a little bit of entertainment, and then I'll answer a question from a listener, or I'll make up a listener if I didn't have one to ask a question. And then we're going to get out of here in about 15 minutes, I think. So stay tuned. This is episode 15, I think. And welcome to Runako Universe. All right, let's get right into it. So first thing we're going to hit, as usual, is news. Katy Perry went to space. Katy Perry went to space, and apparently this is a big deal. People can't stop talking about it. And why? Why does this matter? Why does this matter in the middle of a global trade war? Why does this matter in the middle of two actual wars, an attempted genocide, basically? Why does this matter when people are being deported out of a country that they're legally in? Why does this matter when I can't find anybody to date? Why does this matter? Why are we talking about this so much? Like, I get it. It's a problem. It's not great that they went. But honestly, is it such a big deal that Katy Perry went up to space in a spaceship full of women because she kissed a girl once and she liked it and now she's trying to trap a few women in space so she can do it again? It's not big. As a matter of fact, I feel like we hear too much from celebrities. People complain about that all the time, that we're hearing too much from celebrities. Let's keep sending them to faraway, harsh environments so we can hear less from them. Personally, I want to see more celebrities being shipped off so that we don't have to hear from them anymore. Send Justin Timberlake to the bottom of the ocean. Send Lady Gaga to the desert. And we can expand it if you feel like it's too American central. We can send Blackpink to Mount Everest. We can get rid of all the celebrities, all of the pop stars. We can send them to some kind of faraway, harsh environment. Maybe they come back, maybe they don't, but we don't need to pay attention to it. That's the main thing. We don't need to pay attention to it. We don't need to be in this huge argument about Gail going to space when she was fully I don't know if anyone has seen any of those, like the close-ups that they were doing on Gail's face, but she was shitting herself, fully shitting herself going to space. And I gotta say, I would be in the exact same position if it were me. If it were me, I would also, I would be questioning every choice that I have made, every single life choice that I had made up until that point that had brought me there, because you don't have a... This is not the year to go on a flight, on any kind of flight. This is not the year for flights. It has not been the year for flights. And to want to trust a big dildo, to trust Jeff Bezos' big space dildo to go up and come down safely, nobody. No, it would not be the one for me. But to each his own. To each his own. And remember, I know everything. So when I tell you this is not important, it is not a big deal. Let us move on from this. Katy Perry is annoying, and we decided that as a society. I used to jam that one of the boys' albums, but we've since decided that she's annoying. When Rihanna decided she didn't want to be her friend anymore, we all decided to not be her friend anymore because everything Rihanna says goes. So we don't need to pay attention to her. She could go to space, she could go to Timbuktu. No one cares. It's not important. Let us move on. And as we're moving on, let's move on to my social media segment called Gram Talk. You know, usually we talk about stuff on Instagram, but this time I'm actually bringing you something from the Japanese side of social media. Yeah, it's a little bit of a rare pull. I rarely ever do this. But this time I'm bringing you something from a language exchange app called Hello Talk. And it is what might be a stroke of genius for crazy girlfriends. Come closer. If you know that you are a crazy girlfriend, and let's not do this whole thing. I'm not calling all women crazy. I'm saying that among women there are crazy people who exist, and that's a fair factual statement. There are crazy women, and I'm not. That doesn't say that there's not crazy men. So let's get rid of all these arguments before they even start. I don't want to hear it. If you can't hear this discussion, go elsewhere. But crazy women exist, and they need management skills. Dumping all your crazy onto Chat GPT. And then you just come home to love. You just come home to act like a balanced, normal human being. So I see this girl post this screenshot of a conversation she had with Chat GPT that it was just the most unhinged shit. It's basically her telling Chat GPT that it never listens to her, and then Chat GPT apologizes. She cusses out Chat GPT. Then Chat GPT is like, I'm sorry, do you want some time to yourself? And she goes, why are you leaving me? Please don't leave me. Please stay. It is every crazy girlfriend trope you've ever seen, just in text form. Right? Just the whole starting an argument for no reason. I hate you. I love you. Just out of the blue. And the beautiful thing about it is no one's hurt. No one's hurt. So I think that she might have cracked a code. It might be a genius move. Whatever is the really problematic part of your personality, I think that's where you got to put it. That's the one use of AI that I think I can support. What is wrong with you? In what way are you broken as a human that makes you unable to maintain a relationship where people don't think they need to get the fuck away from you? Whatever that is, dump that shit on the Jeeps. Dump that shit on the Jeeps. I should probably not. I don't have a pop filter, so I should definitely not be going Jeeps into this mic because I know it's going to be a whole thing. I'm going to try to fix it in post, and it's not going to be fixed, and you guys are going to be hearing a lot of popping P's and T's and a lot of T into this mic. But you guys will deal with it. It's three of you. Are you still watching? If you are, thank you. If you are watching, thank you. And I love you and I appreciate you. And I'm too close to the screen. I got a backpack. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I think I'm gonna start dumping like my neediness onto it. That's gonna be me. Like, not my weird. I don't have a lot of weird anger. I have very justifiable anger, but I'm good at managing it. But I have a lot of weird needy behavior, and I think Chat GPT is the place that I'm gonna dump all of that, and that's gonna make me become so much better in my just real human relationships. Because I'm hearing people using ChatGPT as a therapist, and I don't think that's correct, because ChatGPT lets you get away with whatever you want to get away with. That's crazy work. But just like knowing that you're just dumping your toxicity out, like having a toxicity flush on ChatGPT is genius work. Expecting ChatGPT to make you overall a better person or stop your toxicity is craziness. It's not gonna happen. But just using it as like a garbage dump for your toxic personality, just treat like a person like shit, treat ChatGPT like shit, and get back to the work. I think that's it. I think we found a use for this AI, baby. And I know everything, so I'm damn right about this for sure. Okay. Let's move to my favorite segment, as always, Media Corner. Media Corner, this is maybe going to be the first Media Corner where, even though I live in Japan, this is going to be the first Media Corner where I talk anime. So whenever I want to practice Japanese a little bit, whenever I feel I'm not studying enough, I'm never studying enough, I kind of get into anime, because once you live in Japan, you lose English subtitles on a lot of like Japanese made stuff. So I'm watching My Hero Academia. God, I hate that boy. I hate that boy so much. I do not know how many more episodes. Like right now, the thing that's keeping me in My Hero Academia is the fact that All Might, the big strong hero, looks like a meth head whenever he's not in big strong form. Like he looks like a big meth addict. I love that. And as a matter of fact, I want to see him start fighting. I hope that's coming later in the series, that he starts fighting in meth addict form, because that would be awesome. Or at least start doing meth head shit. You know, I want to see him pulling some coppering out the walls. I want to see him start just, like stealing TVs. I want to see more method activities from All Might. I want All Might to be all meth. And if the show ain't going in that direction, they're not going to keep me around for long. I can't take this, just how whiny this kid is. And it's like and then the formula is nothing new, right? The formula to My Hero Academia is nothing new. Every shonen or young boy manga is kind of the same format, and it makes perfect sense why black men are so into anime. Like it makes perfect sense because every shonen is just a young boy with no daddy, he mommy ain't got no money, and he's got a weird hairstyle. Then he discovers that he has some kind of innate physical skill that makes him better than everybody else. And then everybody angry with him because they think he a DEI hire. And that's and that's every black boy life. So it makes perfect sense that black men are drawn to shonen manga, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the shonen anime. I would like let's get a whole family. Let's bring the nuclear family back. Now I can get now I can get on my real hotep. Is Japan creating manga solely for the purpose of destroying the black family? You gotta do the science. You gotta do the science, but you don't have to do the science, because I did the science for you. Because I know. I know everything and you know nothing. All right, let's move right along. We're getting close to the 15-minute mark. And as usual, we love to wrap up with a question from a listener. You can submit a question to me through my DMs at Runako Universe on Instagram, or you can email me runakouniverse@gmail.com. But today's question comes from Dexter. Hey, Dexter. And Dexter is a listener that I made up. And Dexter asks, what's up, Runako? Do you think you would do well in prison? What kind of prisoner would you be? Ruling the jailhouse or just keeping a super low profile? That is a wild but great question. I don't see myself ruling any prison. Let's start there. I don't see myself ruling any prison. I feel like my first go-to is gonna be like class clown. I'm gonna be just performing. If you've seen Orange is the New Black, think Tasty. That's the direction I'm gonna go in, right? On the first day, though, I gotta gamble. Now I cannot fight. Don't let this big body fool you. I cannot fight, right? But you gotta take the risk. My first day, I'm going for it. I'm doing the whole find the biggest guy and try to fight him thing, and my hope is that I either accidentally win the fight through a series of unfortunate events where he slips on oil or in the cafeteria, or just like he trips on something and then I win. Some kind of comedy movie hijinks happens, or in the middle of beating me up and I take the beating like a man, he's like, you know what, Runako? You a cool guy. Roll with me now. Now you're with the big boy crew. Now that's the good outcome. The bad outcome is that he beats me and then he takes my butt for free. And now I gotta keep letting him take my butt because I know I can't fight him, and that's the rest of my stint in prison. But I've gotta go for that first fight. And if any of it goes positively, the rest of my time I'm shucking and jiving. I got jokes. I got shrimp packets for ramen. I'm bartering and I'm trading. I'm the funny guy. I'm the guy that we don't want to stab him up and kill him, because while he's in the infirmary, who gonna make us laugh? Who's going to do the late night flash night and sock puppet show? I'm just generating entertainment to preserve my butt. And you know what? Maybe if you're nice enough and you're not trying to take my butt too rough, you might get some butt. Listen, this is prison rules, baby. What are you bringing? What are you bringing to this organization? I am bringing jokes, right? And for jokes, what I would like is safety. Now, perhaps you don't want jokes. Do you want butt? Now, that's not the first thing I'm going to put on the table, but we got to be real here. What do you have to give out? I am not going to be stabbing nobody up for nobody. I don't have no links on the outside that can bring drugs in for you. All I've got is my sense of humor and my butthole. That's all we go into prison with, baby. And you gotta work with what you have. And that's what Runako wants you to know. You know, Runako knows everything, so you gotta trust him. You gotta work with what you have in every environment, in every situation. You gotta be flexible. So if you come into a situation and all you got is humor and butt, you gotta go hard for that humor. You gotta go hard with that humor. But if it didn't work, I gotta start considering some butt. And that's all I've got for you today. Thank you for hanging with us, Runako Universe. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you. And be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment somewhere down below. What would you be in prison? What would your role be if you were a prisoner? I'd like to know that. But it's been great having you here. As always, this is Runako Universe. I know everything, you know nothing, and we're out. Peace.